Have you ever heard of a king so powerful, so mysterious, that some claimed he was not even human? A ruler who appeared under a strange star, fought battles no man should survive, and vanished into legend without a trace. If you're a fan of ancient mysteries, forgotten kingdoms, and epic tales lost in time, then this story is for you. But before we dive in, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. This isn't just a story, it's a portal into the unknown. Our tale begins in the heart of West Africa, long before the rise of Mali or the reign of Songhai. Before the drums of war echoed through the savannas, and before the libraries of Timbuktu held knowledge from across the world. There was a land ruled by a king named Dja Dja. Not much survives of him. In written form, his name doesn't appear in most official histories, and yet his legend is alive. Whispers of his deeds ripple through time, told by griots, sung by old nomads under starlit skies, and feared by those who claim his power still lingers. Dja Dja, they say, was not born like other men. His mother, a priestess of the old spirits, claimed she dreamt of a serpent of fire coiling around a tree of light. The next morning, she gave birth alone, with no midwife, under a red sun. Some say he never cried as a baby. Others insist he stood up the moment he touched the earth. The villagers were terrified. Elders debated whether to offer him to the spirits or raise him as a chosen one. They chose the latter, and so began a life like no other. As a boy, Dja Dja was unlike anyone the people had seen. He spoke early, walked miles barefoot before his 5th birthday. By age 10, he tamed a wild leopard using nothing but a look. He disappeared into the forest for weeks and returned with knowledge no one could explain. He could draw maps of rivers no one had crossed, name plants known only to distant tribes, and speak languages no one had taught him. He was more than a child, he was a force of nature. And as he grew, so did the stories around him. By the time he reached manhood, his village had become a kingdom, not through conquest at first, but through unity. He traveled from tribe to tribe, resolving blood feuds that had lasted generations. He carried no weapon, only a staff carved with symbols no one could read. And yet warlords bowed to him, priests swore oaths in his name. He wore no crown, but people called him the sun that walks, and when he finally did go to war, it wasn't for power but vengeance. A neighboring king had enslaved hundreds from a peaceful village under Dja Dja's protection. Dja Dja gave him a warning, sent through the wind with a bird whose feathers burned like fire at least. That's what the legend says. The king laughed. Days later, Dja Dja arrived at the gates with only 100 men. The opposing army numbered thousands, but the night before the battle, a red mist fell over the enemy camp. Their wells turned bitter, their horses screamed and broke free. And when the sun rose, Dja Dja's army stood untouched, while the enemy vanished. Some say they ran, others say they were taken. From that day on, no one challenged Dja Dja openly. His kingdom expanded not just in land, but in knowledge, in culture, in mystery. He built cities that followed the stars, towers of stone that cast no shadow at noon, water systems that baffle modern engineers. He created a code of laws called the balance, where justice was not based on wealth or bloodline, but truth. One strange tradition was a box placed in the middle of every town square, a voice box. Anyone could place a sealed message inside, and once a week, the king himself would read them. People spoke of how he would appear at night, cloaked and silent, placing solutions in the form of gifts, advice, or sometimes warnings. Yet, for all his wisdom, Dja Dja had enemies. Not just men of flesh, but things older than civilization. Shadows in the desert, voices that spoke in thunder. One such force was the Lord of Dust, a sorcerer king from the Far East, whose armies marched without footprints, and whose eyes glowed with the memory of forgotten gods. It is said he and Dja Dja were once brothers either in spirit or in blood, but something shattered between them. And thus began a war unlike any seen before. For 7 days and nights, storms raged across the land. Crops wilted, animals howled, the sky turned black at noon. Witnesses say the two kings met on a plain of bones, no soldiers, no drums. Just the two of them, wielding staffs made of lightning. The air shimmered with power. Birds dropped from the sky, and then silence. When people dared approach the battlefield days later, there was nothing left but scorched earth. No sign of Dja Dja, no trace of the Lord of Dust, only a circle of ash, and at its center, a single red stone, still warm. Some say Dja Dja died that day. Others believe he transcended, that he walked beyond the veil into a realm of spirits, watching over his people from the shadows. Centuries passed, his kingdom faded, cities crumbled. But the legends remained. Carvings of his face appear in caves no human should reach. Old songs tell of a king who will return when the stars align once more. And in some remote villages, children are still named Dja Dja just in case. In 1932, a French explorer claimed to find a buried temple in Mali, with inscriptions in a language no linguist could decipher. Among the symbols was the unmistakable image of a man with glowing eyes, holding a staff wrapped in serpents. When the explorer tried to take a relic, his entire team fell sick. Locals told him, the sun that walks does not like to be disturbed, and so the mystery endures. Was Dja Dja a god among men, a gifted leader turned myth, or something else entirely, something the modern world is not ready to understand? Let us know what you think. Was he a forgotten king? An alien visitor? A time traveler? Drop your theory in the comments, because honestly, the more we dig into this story, the stranger it gets. And if you enjoyed this journey into ancient mystery, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe for more untold legends, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. There are many stories buried in the sands of time, and together we're just getting started.